Today, I'll update you on where we're at with the stimulus package and taxing the wealthy. I'll tell you about a pilot $500 stimulus check program from old stimulus money that, if done right, could be rolled out nationwide. I'll share the one thing that Senator Sanders says he won't bend on. And at the end, I'll tell you about a cool rescue story that saved two men's lives. All of this and more on today's update. Hello and welcome to today's October 26th daily news report, as well as ongoing stimulus package information video. If you're a subscribed member of my community, then welcome back. And if you're not, consider subscribing right now. I want to keep you up to date on what's going on in Washington, D.C., our country, our economy, money, investing, and much, much more. All right, now don't forget to get your name entered for the $10,000 giveaway that Casey and I are doing. There's going to be 11 winners in total, and you can get all the details in the link below. It only takes about 20 seconds to sign up, and you can sign up each day. I'll make sure to leave a link below. I'd also like to thank today's video sponsor, Athletic Greens, and I'll tell you more about them later in today's video. As millions of Americans struggle, some states and cities are starting to admit that because of leftover money from Biden's $1.9 trillion stimulus package back in March of this year, these local governments have surpluses of cash and they're trying to figure out what to do with that money. Heaven forbid they give it back to the federal government, right? Now, an example of this is the city of Chicago says they have so much money in their slush fund from the stimulus package that they plan to vote on a $500 per month stimulus package program that would send a $500 check every single month to 5,000 lower income families. Now, the program would be a pilot to universal basic income to see how $500 of monthly stimulus lifts families from poverty, or does it make them more dependent on the government? They also want to see, how do people spend this money, and does it give them enough monthly money to go out and buy assets that can produce more revenue or more money for their family? So this is a program that will be voted on here shortly, but there's lots of stimulus money. And so in a minute here, I'll be recommending that you reach out to your state and local government to see what surplus money they have and how they might use it to help you in your unique circumstance. Now, I'm going to tell you more about this program and the stimulus package, but first, let me tell you about today's video sponsor. I want to thank today's video sponsor, Athletic Greens. For the last 18 months, the world has been focused on not getting sick, but my family and I have been focused on staying healthy. A big part of our routine has been eating lots of healthy foods. Athletic Greens is an all-in-one nutritional powder that makes getting your nutrients easier. Athletic Greens is made with 75 premium ingredients, combining essential products like daily vitamins, superfood, adaptogens, probiotics, and more. They've helped me to simplify the stuff I was taking all into one drink. And best of all, it tastes good. I feel like I have more energy when I take Athletic Greens each day, and I feel like I have more power and influence over my personal health when I take control of how I fuel my body. So check out athleticgreens.com/Stephen Gardner to see for yourself. Plus, by being a member of my YouTube community, you get a free year's worth of liquid vitamin D and 5 travel drink packets. I'll make sure to leave a link for Athletic Greens below. All right, now let's get back to today's video update. If the $500 per month stimulus check UBI is passed, it could be the reason universal basic income for lower income people, or perhaps everyone in the United States, rolls out as a new program. The families will have to agree to share how they use every single dollar. Now, as of right now, there are close to 50 city mayors that want to see a similar program, and many more than 50 cities have admitted that because of passing the $1.9 trillion stimulus package in March, that the city has surplus money and they're trying to figure out what to do with that. Now, that they could put that towards helping with heating costs this winter, helping with the rising cost of fuel, maybe food stamp programs, maybe a stimulus check, something like that. So do check in. If you're struggling, go to your local city office and ask them for a list of what programs they have to help those that are struggling or lower income or are still being affected financially because of COVID. You can also call 211 and they'll get you in contact with your local city offices. Now, regarding the $500 check in Chicago, this still has to be voted on. And one big group that represents the Black Caucus of Chicago said that they would rather see all those tens of millions of dollars go towards police and violence prevention in the city. Now, this goes against Mayor Lori Lightfoot, who has been open to the idea of defunding the police, while Chicago continues to be the city with the highest gun crime rate in the United States. So leadership and maybe locals aren't seeing eye to eye. So I'll let you know where that program goes. But this is not the first city. Minnesota, cities in California, cities in Arizona, they are also looking into what do we do with this surplus stimulus money. Now, I'm curious to know from my community, would you be open to a universal basic income from your local city if you had to disclose where every dollar from that was spent? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. A Pew Research poll showed 30% of Americans are very much in favor of universal basic income. 20% said that they're just kind of open to it. And 50% said that they are very much against it. So there's definitely mixed feelings when it comes to, is this an appropriate program? Now, I'll bet you that nationwide poll was done over lots of different income stratospheres, right? So I'll bet you if you were to just focus on lower income families, that would have a much higher acceptance rate. But I don't know. They did this nationwide. All right, now regarding the next stimulus package, Senator Bernie Sanders said he is drawing a line when it comes to expanding Medicare and fighting for lower prescription drug prices. Sanders said we cannot leave behind the aging population of this country, right? Now, the aging population, they are more likely to use medication. They're also more likely to be on fixed income. And for those two reasons, Sanders says we need to fight for this group. Sanders wants to see dental care, hearing care, and eye care be a part of Medicaid, but now Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi are floundering on whether to include that or not. Sanders also said the American people want the government to fight and negotiate on their behalf to lower medication prices. The United States pays significantly more for prescription drugs than any other country in the world. And the United States is one of the only countries in the world where our government doesn't negotiate for lower drug prices. Sanders says this must change. This is the last year that we don't fight with the prescription drug companies to lower prices. Now, Senator Manchin said Medicaid is already insolvent, and so he's pushing back on Senator Sanders. He said it can't even hold or maintain its current load. However, how are we going to expand into new programs when there's no money left in old programs? So I looked up what Senator Manchin had to say. And as of right now, Medicaid is on track to become insolvent by 2026. So when Manchin says Medicaid is insolvent, he is speaking about the slow path towards becoming insolvent. So they definitely need to beef this program up, or else it's going to completely run out of money, right? It's funny how they find money for war, but can't find money for our own people. I'll tell you more about that later in this video. Manchin said that we should seek to stabilize the programs we already have and not spread ourselves thin by having even more programs we can't afford to fund. Now, I told you how Manchin continues to be asked if he's going to stop being a Democrat. He said he has no plans for that. But if President Biden and Chuck Schumer are so embarrassed on his moderate political position, He would happily become an independent to spare them any more embarrassment. Manchin said that most Democrats are moderate, so it's odd that he's being treated like an outlier and not like the common Democrat. Now, later today, President Biden will hold another meeting with lawmakers to try to convince them to stay strong on the stimulus package and programs that help people the most. However, every single day they're switching the chessboard on us, and I'm doing my very best to keep you guys in the loop on what's staying and what's going, what we still need to hear about. Another area Biden has changed. He said he's no longer trying to get family leave paid for 12 weeks. He said at this point he'd be willing to take 4 weeks just to get this bill passed before he leaves for Europe. So he's basically come down by 2/3 on the time frame. The haggling over the stimulus bill will continue this entire week. Many Democrat lawmakers say it will get done, while others are saying to get this big green deal done before Biden's European meeting, we should just focus on the energy parts of the bill. So they're possibly thinking, should we peel off just the energy part and focus on that before Biden goes to Europe? But Pelosi says, no, we're not shrinking this anymore. We're not changing it anymore. We're getting it done this week. Regarding the vaccine mandates, President Biden has threatened. Many businesses are now asking the president and the White House to delay any OSHA-policed vaccine mandates until after Christmas. Losing more staff over a forced medical procedure would hurt these businesses during their busiest time of year. So they're saying, push it off, please. Put it to the new year or after Christmas. Just allow us to get through the busiest part of the year. Meanwhile, over $26 billion in goods are still sitting off the coast of Long Beach and Los Angeles, California in the Bay. There are now close to 70 ships that still have been unable to unload, while the White House says these shipping yards are working round the clock 24 hours a day. So hopefully they can get that stuff in so that we don't see these supply chain shortages as we head into the holidays. Now, Senator Ron Wyden says he desperately wants to fulfill Democrat promises to tax the wealthy, but more and more it's looking difficult to do so. Steve Rosenthal, a senior manager at the Urban Brookings Tax Institute, said Democrats trying to tax the billionaires and the millionaires last minute sounds like a good plan, but it will be difficult, and they don't have a plan in place yet. Janet Yellen of the Treasury said the government could try to tax their capital gains, which has a lot of untaxed money, but all the laws around capital gains would have to be modified rapidly. Pelosi said she is going to fight to tax the wealthy more, and Joe Manchin said he absolutely agrees with taxing any wealthy person trying to cheat the tax system. Now, some Democrat lawmakers are now saying, why don't we just blanket raise taxes on everyone, especially those that are paying over 20%? Now, it wouldn't be too much more to do this, and it's something that we could get done. But guess what? Then they're taxing people that make under $400,000 a year. You don't have to make over $400,000 a year to end up in the 20% tax bracket. So this would directly go against President Biden's promise not to raise taxes on the middle class and lower income families, but to target the mega rich and the higher income earners, right? But so as of right now, it's looking like Democrats don't even really have a solid plan in place for how to tax the wealthy. They've just been using it as a talking point. Now, Democrat Representative Ron Kind, who sits on the Ways and Means Committee, said this tax change stuff is too 11th hour. There isn't a plan, and people won't be able to wrap their minds and their arms around this. It doesn't look good. So a representative on the Ways and Means Committee is basically admitting Democrats have not been formulating a tax plan all this time. They've just been beating the tax the rich drum with no plan in place on how they will actually tax them. Senator Mitch McConnell said this plan under Chuck Schumer is looking more and more like throwing spaghetti at the wall versus having a real actionable plan. Okay, now this next part might bother you, or it might be something you're proud of. I'll let you decide. This morning in a presser, President Biden agreed to give $102 million of U.S. taxpayer money to Southeast Asian countries to help them deal with climate change, promote their economic growth, and recover from COVID interruptions to their economy. Biden said he wants the Southeast countries to see that they are important to him. But Americans are probably thinking, hey, President Biden, we'd like to see that we're important to you. Biden also agreed to use taxpayer money to pay for and donate 40 million doses of vaccines. So here's a question. Do you think President Biden should have given $102 million of taxpayer money to other countries while people in our own country are still struggling? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. By the way, thank you guys so much for giving these videos a like. I really appreciate it. It takes hours and hours to research and put these videos together, but I just love bringing you guys the news. I want you guys to stay informed in as short a video as I can on what's going on in our country and our economy. So I hope you appreciate it. Okay, now let me end today's broadcast with a feel-good story. Two men, while hiking too close to a steep rock wall next to a waterfall, fell. They were able to grab onto the rocks and hold themselves from falling to their death. But it was just below them, right? They were holding on for dear life. They screamed and screamed and screamed while they waited for somebody to help them. After about 10 minutes, a group of 5 men heard their yells and came running. The men that found them were of the Sikh religion. This is the one that wears those beautiful, colorful turbans on their head. Well, after several minutes of brainstorming and realizing that they were too far from a town or from cars to get any kind of help, one of them suggested, why don't we remove our turbans and create a makeshift rescue rope? Now, they don't typically remove these turbans, right? It's part of their religious belief to keep their heads covered. But between the 5 men, their turbans stretched 33 feet, which was barely able to reach these men. They then pulled them to safety with the makeshift turban emergency rope. Both the men that had fallen were exhausted, but thankful to have survived because these 5 men put their heads together, or rather their head wraps, right? Anyway, kind of a cool story of thinking outside the box, using the resources that you have available to you, and doing a life-saving kindness to total strangers. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with my community. All right, now this is my update for today. As I know more, I will definitely come on and share more. Before you go, make sure to follow the link to my website where you can add your name to be one of the 11 winners of the $10,000 of cash that Casey and I are giving away. One of you is going to win $5,000 and 10 of you are going to win $500. I'm so excited to give that money away. Also, follow that link to Athletic Greens below. It tastes really good and it will help you with your energy and you're feeling good and getting all the minerals and vitamins that your body needs access to. Now, before you go, I just want to remind you that you are amazing. I appreciate you being in my community, and I'll see you on the next video.